Hello, good evening, and welcome to this week's edition of the How To series. Um, for some technical reasons, we couldn't go live and have the session live. However, we'll still be having the session this week, and I'll be uploading the recorded video. Okay, so this week we're going to be talking about how to identify legit investment platforms, and if you're following the trend all around the world, everywhere around finance these days, everybody's talking about investment in different kind of ways. Some people are talking about everywhere you have cryptocurrency, forex trading, multi-level marketing, some multi-level marketing scams, some cash doubling, different kind of things that people are coming up with just to get you to part away with your money. That's the game. Part away with your money. Uh, well, some platforms are actually good, some platforms are terrible to a fault, and you shouldn't be a part of them. So in this session, I'm trying to see how to give you something information that will help you become someone who can make better investment decisions, be able to scan through platforms and know what best works for you. So quickly, what is investment even in the first place? To me, investment simply means transfer of risk to others, shifting the risk of doing a business to someone else and then sharing the profit. So you provide capital, you provide resources for the person to do business, and you get a return. That is the most intrinsic part of investment. Other ways of looking at investment is capital appreciation, meaning you buy something and then the price increases over time and then you sell. Arbitrage, either you move it and you sell, or different kind of ways. But at the core of it, in my opinion, investment is when you're actually putting money into income generating assets and putting money into capital appreciating assets, generally speaking. But more of my insight on investment, when you take the financial models class I pre-recorded already. It's just about 2,500 naira, and you'll be able to get all of my insight about investment, so that you really understand what investment should be. Maybe that's even the problem right now. You don't know what investment really is, so you're just trying to get money to just double. Investment, although everybody will say just get your money to work for you, money to grow for you, your money working for you and growing. Yeah, those are very simple ways, but of course people capitalize on that need that you have. They will want to take advantage of that need, that desire to have money grow. You understand that now? So investment is an endeavor that must be done with knowledge. Investment is an endeavor that must be done with knowledge. It's not when you have money you invest. You invest when you have knowledge, when you have understanding. Or else, like the Bible says, the fool and his money will soon be parted. I think that's the Bible. If it's not the Bible, please correct me. Let me know in the comment section. Right. So, investment should begin with knowledge. It should begin with knowledge. You have to have knowledge of platforms. You have to have knowledge of how things work. You have to have knowledge of whatever you're investing in. There's a whole lot of knowledge pursuit. As much as it's not work, in the sense that you are taking your hoe to farm, or you are the one going to sell oranges in the market, you are investing into that business, you have your own work to do, and most of the work will be seeking knowledge, gaining understanding. Warren Buffett is famously known to be one of the world's greatest investor, and there's a time when it was said that he reads about 400 pages per day, 400 pages of documents per day, because that's how you find good opportunities. You spend time sifting through a lot of material, a lot of opportunities that abound in the market. All right, so perhaps what I'm going to share with you here is not everything about how to identify investment, but it will, and I believe it should lead you on the journey in case you are not yet an expert investor. All right, so what are the steps? When you see an investment opportunity come to you, boom, invest in this, give your money to this, hey, look at this opportunity. What are the steps for you to take to identify whether, or to spot whether this investment opportunity is legit, something you should put your money to, or whether it's just a scam. So I'm going to take you through 5 steps, 5 steps thereabouts, and I will be out of your face already. Number 1, separate the scam from the realistic investment. Please, this one is not hard, and I believe it shouldn't be hard for anyone. If you tone down on your greediness, of course, you don't know what it means to be greedy. The first way to know whether an investment is a scam or legit is to listen to what the person tells you is the return on investment and over what time period. Someone comes to meet you and say, I'll give you 100% of your money in the next 24 hours. Please, there's no need to pray about it, to think about it, to study about it, to research about it. There's nothing to research, study, or think about. That is a scam already. It might work the first time. That it's working does not mean it's not a scam. It's not sustainable. It's not repeatable. It's not what everybody can benefit from. So it's going to end up losing you or someone else you might bring and spoiling your integrity. You get the point now. You get the point now. All right. So when you hear exorbitant returns in an investment, 100% in 1 week, 100% in 1 month, please, these things don't really work that way. Money does not grow that way. It is not about me being less of a risky person. It just doesn't work sustainably that way, especially if they're trying to gather funds from people. I mean, somebody's trying to bring people's monies together over a long period of time. Maybe it was just one off and never again. It's your friend telling you that do this one and nowhere. I'm just saying, maybe a friend that wants to, I don't know, whatever it is, maybe a trade deal or a flipping deal that can give you once in a lifetime, once in a year, but somebody tells you, we do business called bring your money, we double it. That is a scam. It is a scam. So separate scams from realistic. If the returns is too high to be believed, please, it is a scam. It is a scam to you so long as it sounds too high to be believed. And on a general note, please, anyone promising you 100%, it's about duration. That's it. It can be 100%. It may not be a scam simply because they said 100%. 100% over 3 years makes sense. Over 2 years makes sense. Makes absolute sense. But if they tell you 100% in 1 month, in 2 months, in 5 days, please run away. Anything higher than that, ideally, in Nigeria, because of our rate of inflation and all of that, ideal high risk investments, even the highest risk investments are pegged around 100% in a year. That's like you are on the highest risk of business or investment, generally speaking. And most times you are even the one doing the business endeavor yourself. If you are giving your money to someone, what you should be expecting should be around 60%, 70% per annum max. Ideally, if you get up to 60% in 1 year, dude, you're doing great. I mean, you did not work in the business. You did not sell nothing. You gave your money and you came back. You are on the high risk and you have done well. Safe zone, medium risk safe zone is around 20-30% per year. You are in a safe zone. You are like, it is realistic. It is super realistic, very realistic. 20-30-40% a year, super realistic. That range is very realistic. And in the safest of all safe zone, if you are promised 10 to 20% in a year, that is highly probable in Nigeria. I hope this makes sense to you. I'll run through the other points because I don't have so much time. I don't want to stay here for too long. So I hope you get that now. This makes sense. Please let me know in the comment section. Even though you're not live, let me still know in the comment section. You understand that? So if the returns is too much, too good to be true, please run away already. These are ideals. Now, if you're not even in Nigeria, if you're investing in other kinds of asset classes outside Nigeria where the inflation rate is just about 2%, 3%, even a 10% per annum growth is magic. I mean, on your dollar account, if you're growing 10% per annum, you're doing well. 20%, you are fantastic. Warren Buffett grows his accounts just about 20% per annum, but he has done that for 40 years or so, consistently thereabout. Like when I mean consistent, if you average it out, it's around 20% per annum. That is excellent. Can you imagine? All he's looking for Warren Buffett over the last 40 years. But go and do the maths, do the compound interest mathematics. You discover that 20% per year for 40 years can turn even $100,000 into $1 billion. That's how it works. That is how it works. It's not about looking for the biggest, it's all about looking for the most sustainable so that you don't lose money. In investment, rule number one, never lose money. Rule number two, according to Warren Buffett, never, okay, obey rule number one. Number one, don't lose money. Number two, obey rule number one. All right. Next is you have to understand the business model. You have to understand the business model you're investing into. What are they going to do with your money? Whoever you're investing in, it doesn't matter what the opportunity is. What is the business model behind it? Yes, you're giving 100,000. They tell you in the next 6 months we're going to give you 150,000, 120,000, 130,000. Good. What business are you doing? If they say no need, we don't want to hide, please run away. Run away. It's your money. So if they're going to use your money to do something, you have to hear what they want to do with your money. What is the business model like? If it's agribusiness, are they farming themselves? Are they financing a farm? Are they giving it to other farmers? Are they processing? Where in the value chain of agriculture are they? What are they doing? You don't just sit and just say, oh, they're in the agri-business and that's all. That's not all. What are they doing? Or else they could just be collecting your money and using someone else's money to pay you. And that's called Ponzi. Ponzi. You don't want to be part of a Ponzi scheme. You're going to lose out long term. All right. So you have to understand the business model. It shouldn't be rocket science, it should be simple. So look for simple business models that you can understand and invest into them. They might be more complex. Listen, learn, read, and then invest. Listen, learn, read, and then invest. I told you investment is a knowledge game. It's largely a knowledge game. Number three, do your due diligence. Another word for due diligence, which is even the core of this session on due diligence, right? Another word for due diligence is simply investigation. Do your investigation. Yeah, they've told you the offer, they've told you the model. Now do your own investigation. Right? Who is behind the business? What is his name? Who are they? Where are they from? Why should it stay? Please, number one, before I even go far, do not invest in any business, I beg you, that you don't know anybody that is there. No name, no number, no location. You can't track anybody, or even there's location. Where is the person's face? Where is the person's name? Where is the person's contact? It doesn't matter what the business is. If it's a business, let us see the manager. Let us see the plant manager or whatever manager that is there. If it's a company, we want to see the board of advisories. We want to know who is behind it. Most great businesses that work, we know everybody behind it. On their website, we should see everything and everyone who is playing on that space. So it shouldn't be a hidden thing. Who is behind the business? I remember when Farm Crowdy started, it was started by Onyeka Akuma. He already had credibility. He had already been in the entrepreneurship space. I think he worked with is it Konga or an e-commerce company before going on to start Farm Crowdy. There was already some level of credibility to his name, and then we can now say, yes, even though it's a risk, we don't know whether he would win or lose, but we can track who we gave our money to, and we can know that this is the person that stole from us, and you can't go and start another one and then we fall for it again. That is something very important. So who is behind it? Are they newbies or are they entrepreneurs that already have experience? Newbies are going to learn a lesson. We can all be very optimistic when we're starting business, but in the real life, it might not go out that way. So if they are newbies and they are promising you high things, be careful. If they are oldies, most likely they'll give you the lowest returns because they know what really happens in the market. Next is so yeah, I already said it, invest with platforms that have people behind them. Don't just put your money because it's a business and they promise this and they tell you this is what they do. No. Who are the people behind it? Right. The next one is, are they registered? Are they registered with the SEC? If they're collecting money as a pool, they should be registered with the SEC, not just CAC. CAC is one company. It's a company, one agency of the government that registers business. They don't really follow up to know whether you are legit or not legit. That's not their business. The SEC, which is the Securities and Exchange Commission, CAC means Corporate Affairs Commission, SEC, Securities and Exchange Commissions, they are the regulators of investments that are general business regulation, let me just put it that way, whether investments, whether when you want to involve public to give money to a thing, you want to collect money from the public, you have to register through the SEC. Earlier on, there was no rule around raising funds from the crowd, but right now there's even a rule around around crowdfunding to raise it. So are they registered with the SEC? Are they registered with CAC? Because of course, but SEC is proof that they're already registered with CAC. So check out. If they are not, doesn't mean they are not legit, but it means you are open to more risk. You get the point now. All right. Number 3, are they insured? And what is the insurance covering? Are they insured? What happens when, let's say, they are into farming, or whatever they are doing, whether they are into farming or they are a mutual fund or they are selling stocks to you or they are helping you manage their buy and sell stock. Whatever they are doing, are they insured? If they are insured, now if they are registered with SEC, most likely they are insured. If they are not, you want to find out by yourself, are they insured and what does the insurance cover? What I mean by insurance coverage is they might be insured and it's only their property that is insured, their building and their car. Like any other business. Are the investments insured? Are the monies being invested insured? Are the produce or whatever they are doing, if it's a product, are they insured? Are these things insured? So that when trouble comes, at least you will be able to recover some part of your capital, all part of your capital, or part of your capital and some profit or whatever it may be. You get the point now. Again, number 3. All right. So what kind of contract are they proposing? That's the next point. What kind of contract are they proposing? Are they proposing that you become a shareholder? Are they proposing that you're just giving them money? Do you get? Be very, very intentional about these things. What kind of contract are they proposing? What are they saying you should join? How are you going to follow up in court? It's your money. It doesn't matter if it's just 50,000 or 100,000, because if you follow this through, you might learn so much so that when you start having to invest even much more huge accounts for yourself or for your family or whatever, you would be much more intelligent about these things. Whether you're even giving the money to another company to invest for you, you still have to do the same things. Find out all of this information. It's very important. Yeah, it's very important. What is their past performance? Another way to get information about all these kind of companies is to be part of an investment club. Investing is a team sport. The more people working with you, the more people you have on your team looking out for investment, hearing about investment, telling you about what happened with this person and this person, the more you can make progress and even win in the longer run. So I would advise you join an investment community, and a community with business-minded people, with investors, other investors. For this, I'm actually working on starting an investment club, which you can be a part of, the Amber Investment Club. It's going to be rolling out sometime in April, or actually in April. And you can be a part of it. We want to set up a community of investors who look out for good investment opportunities and invest together. I don't mean together by fund, I mean together by platform. Like, okay, we're going to look at these guys. These guys look sensible. Let's try them. Anybody wants to be a part, they try on their own, we try on our own, and everybody makes money. Of course, so the due diligence will be done collectively. That's just the game of, that's one of the game of an investment club. Alright, so finally, after doing all of these 3 things, you now go back and revisit the returns they are now promising you, right? And then the realisticness to you. There are tons of things that I can talk about: your investment goals, your risk portfolio, spreading. There's so much, but let's just leave it here. This can guide you as a starter to say, okay, I just have 100,000, 50,000, 200,000. I just want to put monies into 1 or 2 places to start my journey as an investor. This can guide you in the early days. These 3-4 points I've mentioned can guide you, but as you go into your journey, the real thing you need consistently is what? Knowledge. Keep reading, keep searching, keep learning more and more about investment. A few things I will tell you to do and not to do is: number 1, never invest in a rush. Boom, 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 it's gonna go tomorrow. If you don't invest today, blah 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 blah. Do not invest. Be calm. Just listen. If the person is rushing or whatever they are saying is go close now, 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 now. If you don't enter now, you're gonna miss wherever and blah 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 blah. You don't have to. You really don't have to. More investments will come in this life. If it's this life, there will always be another investment next 6 weeks, next 12 weeks. Yes, time is going, but who cares? Better time goes than your money goes. Right? Number two, never invest until you are exposed. Okay, never invest such that you now get into trouble. Let me just put it that way. Don't invest until the point where you are now into trouble. Don't invest monies you need for personal upkeep, for school fees, all this. Don't try it. You're just going to put yourself into trouble. Ask questions like a stupid person. Ask questions like a stupid person. It's your money. Ask very stupid questions. Ask very stupid questions. Ask. Okay, if you keep my money with you 3 weeks, what did you say? Okay, when I want my money next week, what happened? Okay, ask. Is your money. Don't be forming, no, I'm a senior investor. If you don't know, you don't know. Ask questions like a stupid person. It's very important. It gives you freedom. At least when trouble comes, you know that it wasn't you. Next, spread your risk. Don't put all your money in one basket. If this one is 50, 10, 30, just spread it a bit so that even if one fails, you don't lose your entire portfolio. Then invest in knowledge. Consistently invest in knowledge. So I'll tell you, you can take the financial models class, which I took, financial models class for young adults, right? Just 2,500. That's one way to invest in yourself, and you can join other platforms. And soon we'll be rolling out an investment club to have us consistently talk about investment, look for investment opportunities together, and invest individually in an opportunity. So more and more on this, but I look forward to you making more progress, more productivity in your life. All right. So take care and have a fantastic week ahead. Oh, weekend.